go. Are we up? Yes, looks good. Good morning, guys. Gang. Hello. Here we go. Good. Oh, we almost have alignment this morning. Good morning, good morning. Almost didn't make it here today, actually, you know. I was thinking about just cancelling it, I'm sorry. The work on the desk here is stacking up kind of a lot. The shop has been crazy, absolutely crazy. I keep saying the same thing, but it's just it's crazy. I didn't oversleep, but I would like to have overslept. I would like to oversleep. Okay, it should be a normal day. What's today? Today is Thursday. I'm here. Cameron said I will be coming, I guess, at normal time. I don't have any magnificent show and tell. I haven't actually had much time to do much buying and stuff in the last few days. The paper is out. Yeah, good batch paper. There's 3 of them up there today. Maybe 4. I'm not sure if Kawai-san's coming later. Mei-chan's working on the gift print. Her batch is finished. She's working on... I forget. I don't remember. Sugi-san's working on her gift print. Ishikawa-san's working on her gift print. I don't remember what Mei-chan's working on. She's really, really, really churning through this stuff. She's doing beautifully. I sent to Oma yesterday 4 batches of prints that she's made over the past week. She is just like a printing machine. So happy with the work she's doing. Well, I know what was up. Yesterday, Sugi-san was doing the testing on the Japan Journey number 12 print, as in the last one for this year's series. She got partway through it and she called John-san, carve, to come and help because some of the blocks. John-san and I had a look at the color separations a few weeks ago to try and figure out how to make the print from Jed's Photoshop. This one was not an easy one at all. I don't mean it's technically difficult or whatever. The color breakdown was difficult. It was really difficult to figure out how to make a set of blocks that would do the kind of color thing that Jed had in mind. And we had an attempt at it. He and I tried to work it out a couple of weeks ago, and he carved the blocks for it, and they were doing the first test printing yesterday. But it didn't click. So she called him over, and we had a chat. And he's going to carve He's going to carve a new face. I'm going to adjust one of the others, put some in, cut some out, and try and make it happen. It's a difficult design. I don't know, Jed may have put it on Instagram. I don't know if he's published it, but it's the 12th print in a year. And we're going back to where we started. But the Japan Journey series started here in Asakusa with that night view of Sensoji Temple, or the entrance to Sensoji Temple. And to finish off the series, we've come back to Asakusa again at night. And the first one was over at the temple. The second one is over at a different kind of temple. Forever and ever, Asakusa has been about the religious part of it, that temple over there. But it's also been about another part of life. And the 12th print in the series is about the other part of life. It's honored here in Asakusa. And then, of course, work is already underway on the first print of next year's series. Kawai-san is going to carve that series for us over in Kobe. And she's already well underway on the first print. A New Year's print. We haven't even thought about a New Year's design yet. Not at all. The gift print is ready and out, but for the New Year's print, I haven't given it any consideration whatsoever. Carving that will be my job, so you'll see it here at some point when we get the idea worked out. But any of our fans who are expecting to get a New Year's card from us this year, that's going to be something spectacular. You can forget that. It's going to be something very, very, very simple. See my name in lights. What is it? What's John asking? Theatre, pachinko. I don't understand what's the question referring to here. Oh, you mean the other thing we're honouring here in Saksa? Not really. I wouldn't do anything about pachinko. I have no taste for that. And theatre, no. No, it's about the booze. It's about the booze. Oh, this little corner. Oh, comments, chat. My sister bought the crane print. It's nice. What's the best way to display it without harming it? Oh, I'm not sure what you're asking. I know the little prints, the small prints, there's no way they should be framed and hung on a wall. They're just too small. The impact up on the wall is zero. And what we like to do, if you ask me again when Cameron gets here, I can get him to pass me over a stand. We have the small gift prints. We put them on a small stand on the desk. So you can put them under a nice desk lamp or something and enjoy them. rather than trying to explain it, just to show you. But so if you ask me when Cameron gets here, we can show you what to do. I should clear some of this away first. Let's get this. We're at the last line of the story here. I guess we might even have this calligraphy finished today. Depends how many interruptions I get. We might. That's it. Actually, that's the end of the calligraphy on this print. I didn't realize we were at the last section. My name, my name, my name. What's going on here? Oh, my mother's here. Good morning, good morning. How you doing? Check my email. Has something gone wrong here? My mother says, check your email. You mean the Twitch questions, you mean? I'm not sure what you're asking here. Check my email. Oh, I know what she means. He's talking about, okay. All right. Yeah, my daughter sent an email earlier this morning, or during the night for me. My daughter sent an email about one of her sons, one of my grandsons. And I guess the news is he's joined the school band. And he's chosen the same instrument that his great-grandfather played. And my dad was a saxophone player through all of his life. And young grandson, my grandson, Andre, seems to now be honking away there on a saxophone in the school band. So who knows, where will this go? I guess my mother saw the picture today. There it is, another family member sitting there with a saxophone in his mouth, and I don't think she quite expected to see that happen again. So interesting, isn't it? Who knows where it'll go? The young guy starting out could be just something that goes in passing. He just does in school for fun, or it could be something more serious. Who knows? Another saxophone player in the clan. I've still got my own saxophone upstairs, I haven't touched it in, my God, how many decades have I not touched my saxophone? When would be the last time I played it? I don't know, sometime in the 1970s for sure. Crunch. You're doing the prints on the stands, and if you put a print on a stand open in a dirty place, it's going to get dirty, obviously. And we've got the prints here on the wall in a saksa. They're open, there's nothing covering them, and all spring and autumn we keep the door open. And some of these prints they're starting to get a bit dusty and dirty. There's an embossing on there. And the upper surface of the embossing, it does get dust. We're in a really dirty city here in the middle of Tokyo. It's not too bad compared to other places in the world, but it is a major city. It's dirty. So yeah, those prints are getting a little bit done. And if you left it there for decades, the print would really get a bit quite dirty. So a long-term situation, if you're in an environment that's not perfectly clean, yeah, some kind of cover. Like we put with our subscription sets, there's always an acrylic cover that covers the print while it sits on the stand. Other people frame the stuff in glass. That keeps the dust away, but it just gets, just gets old. in the light. So there's no easy way to do this. For us, with our short-term stuff, we put the little prints on a stand and put it away for a while. Bring it out and look at it and put it away for a while. Change them over with something else. There really is no optimal solution for this. My own prints are all in drawers. I never display them. I bring them out to look at them for the few minutes to show somebody, drink some tea and enjoy the thing, then away it goes again. For me, woodblock prints are not a decoration. They're not something that fills a space on the wall. They're beautiful objects to enjoy for a minute and put away. Kind of like somebody with a stamp collection or something like that. With bad reception, we're streaming well. There's no drop frames at this end. So, my children, grandchildren, they're all back in Vancouver. All my family, pretty much. My brother is in Germany, but all the rest of my family is in Vancouver. My mother is there, my 2 daughters there, my 3 grandchildren, all the sons-in-laws and stuff. Everybody is in Vancouver. Yeah, my dad wasn't a Coltrane fan, not at all. Too wild. My dad liked more of a harmonic-based, let me hear the changes, rather than a wall of sound. For him, as far as I understand it, Coltrane was just too much of a wall of sound. Just sit down, relax for a minute, let me hear the flow of the chord changes. For my dad, someone like Dexter Gordon, or the classical guys, the Ben Websters, people like this, where you could hear the changes flowing by. How do I deal with passion problems? I've been having some passion issues. I'm not quite sure, I'm sorry. How do I deal with passion issues? Do you mean keeping up your interest, you mean? I'm not really quite sure what you're getting at. Without being sarcastic, I don't know what you mean by that. I'm interested in what I'm doing, and I have been for many years, and I still am. So I don't really know what the question is. I'm sorry. What do I do with passion issues? Out there this morning. It's very hard when there isn't any money. You're the only one interested in what you're doing. Well, that's an open question. I know I'm going to write a book about that. It comes down to the thing you like to do. If it turns out that other people in society, for whatever reason, aren't really so interested in it, then you have to be self-contained. You have to really like what you're doing by yourself without worrying about what the rest of the world likes. And you've got to make your living somewhere else and then do that thing as its own entity. If you really want to make a living at it, then the thing you're doing has to be something that other people will also think has value. Without that combination, it's just not going to work, because there's a fundamental thing there. And it could be, I don't know anything about what you're doing here, it could be that you've got something interesting going on there and it really is interesting and worth doing, but if you haven't communicated it to the outside world, and if they don't know about it, then they're not going to share with you, buy your stuff or whatever, and you're going to be stuck doing it by yourself. And again, I'm just spouting here because I don't know what your specific situation is, but it comes down to a combination of a number of things that have to be done before it can all click and come to life. We were talking about this before on the stream. It's come up a number of times. A few years ago, my God, 10, 15 years ago, when one of my daughters was here, my younger daughter, she'd come out of college and she had ideas for business and stuff. And she had seen her dad being fairly successful at doing a very strange, out-of-the-way thing, and yet being able to make a living and bring his kids up and stuff. So she was trying to figure out how she would be able to do something like the same thing. And as she and I were talking about this, we sort of, it sounds a bit silly now, we sort of got it down to a small formula about how to be able to do this, how to replicate in your own field the kind of thing that David has done in his field over the years. And we got it down to a little formula. And don't laugh at this. I really, really think this might be a true thing. It's a 3-step process. The first step is develop some skill at something. You have to bring some value to the world in the sense that you were good at doing something. In my case, it was, chopping bits of wood. In her case, it was like she was interested in making some accessories. Whatever it was, get good at something. And the second part of it, the second part of the formula was make sure you really enjoy what it is you're doing. And it sounds like that sort of should be wrapped up in the first part, but it's a different thing here. You can be functionally capable of something without maybe really getting it inside your body. So 2 things are necessary. Get good at something. The second is make sure you really do enjoy this. This is maybe the passion thing you're working about. I don't know. Get good at something. Enjoy what you're doing. Literally, honestly enjoy what you're doing. And the third thing is really, really simple. Communicate that enjoyment to other people. And if those 3 things are in place, first step, be useful. Get good at something. Be useful to society. Second is enjoy that thing. And third, communicate it to other people. And I think, and she thinks, and she's done the same thing, if you put those 3 things in place, or if they end up being in place, then that's it. You're up and running. The rest is simply a matter of time. So I forget your exact comment, what you made there. You said you're the only one interested in what I'm doing. If it really is the case after you've done this communication step, nobody responds and nobody replies, then that's back to step 1. And what you're doing really doesn't have value to society, in society's definition. You may think it does, but if nobody else does, then you're not going to make a living out of this. That's not the way our society works in its exchange of labor. So what's John's got it? What is it? Skill, passion, evangelism? Okay, whatever. It's the same thing. I always talk too much. John's got it there maybe in 3 words. I'm not sure if I like those words, but whatever. Whatever. Real life is messy. It's complicated. There's more to it than what I'm just saying. But I think that's the core of the thing. Whatever. If I was going to give your classic commencement speech to the people there, go out into the world, whatever, I do not do the follow your dream thing. That's it. You've got to make sure we're not talking about this, because I do not believe in that blanket commandment, follow your dream, build it and they will come. That's whatever my mother's here. Forget what word I can say. I don't believe that stuff. It is complicated. I said value to society. Maybe society doesn't even know about this or doesn't even know there's value there. Some of the things, the example you might give about Steve Jobs and stuff like that. I think one of the things he talked about was that rather than letting the market tell him what to do, he tried to create things that the market didn't even know was there. So you can't, when I said value to society, maybe you're so creative, you're going to create things that have value to society that they didn't even know about. And in that case, that third step really, really does become important, of course. Can we get more info? What it is you're trying to do, or not? And that's kind of a loaded question, because if you're not willing to tell us about this, then that third step, communicating to other people, is going to be tough. What's clipping it? Oh my God, am I being quoted Dave's formula for success? Also, you're talking about this word marketing here. It's coming into this thing. I really get a bit nervous now when you go into this. When I said communicate that enthusiasm to other people, and now somebody's twisting this a little bit and talking about marketing here, I'm a bit nervous that I may be being misunderstood or misrepresented. To me, when they talk about marketing, it means I want that dollar that's in that guy's wallet, and I'm going to, try and extract it whatever way I possibly can. Maybe I'm being cynical about it here, but that's what I think of when people start to talk about marketing. When I said communicate that enthusiasm, my third step was communicate your enthusiasm to other people. Whatever my own examples, we have our YouTube videos, with one exception, the It's Not Garbage video. With that single exception, none of our videos are about selling stuff. We don't even tell people how to buy the things. We don't put links to the catalog. We don't even let them know we have stuff for sale. We don't put ads on the videos. We just simply want to show. I say I want to. It's the little kid. Mom, look what I made. I probably came up from school and my mother could say, Dave comes running off from school and look what I did today, You just want to show people the stuff, So I think if you slide too much towards the marketing thing, having your shop and selling, if that's your main focus of the step 3, then I think it goes a bit wrong. Maybe I'm just, fooling myself or being, what's the word, inconsistent or hypocritical. The YouTube videos we make really are about selling our stuff. We just do it very, very, very subtly. And maybe that's true. Maybe I'm being hypocritical. I don't know. Anyway, I'm nervous about that word marketing. I don't really know how much of my own experience is applicable to other people. I don't know, We were talking about that a while ago with some of the staff here, getting ready for our incorporation coming up this month, Me and Cameron and Aoyama-san were talking about, how our business works and what we've done and stuff like that. And somewhere along the conversation, I don't remember how it started, but there was part of the conversation about that what we've done here is really nothing special, that anybody could have done what we do. And it was in the deal about this 5th anniversary stuff, Somebody was saying, oh my God, this is really rare and unusual. New shops just don't survive for 5 years and flourish like this, Most new businesses collapse in the first couple of years, And again, I don't remember the clear thrust of the conversation, but my point was that anybody could have done this, Anybody could have done this. Anybody could have done this. And the other guy said, yeah, sure, anybody who could carve wood and print wood and be enthusiastic and make videos and do computer programming, and they listed all these sort of skills that we bring to the table here. And I'm just sitting there and anybody could have done this, and they're right, yeah, right, anybody. So I don't know. It's a bit dangerous for me to sit here and give you prescriptions for success, and then assume that if you do the same thing that I did, you'll be successful. Because other people's skill set is different from my skill set. So I don't really know if my formula, how applicable it is or how appropriate it is. So I don't know. look at this wall of text. Oh my God. I don't think I can get through all this here. I'm supposed to be working, so yeah, I'm not being hostile here when I said marketing. Just I'm trying to get clear in my own mind what I'm talking about here. I wasn't trying to shoot at anybody here, but I can't read all this here now. I'm sorry. I will take a look at this later and try and read through quietly. Lunchtime. I usually say I'll read this text at lunchtime. And recently, the last few days, oh my God, lunch. What's that? Single-minded. That might be part of it, I guess, too. In fact, you can clearly see where I fail on that part. I'm good at part of it, single-minded, in that I've still been doing the same thing now for 40 years, whatever. So not getting sidetracked in that sense is there. But there's also the contradiction that Dave does keep getting sidetracked by a million other things that have severely detracted from my ability to actually do work. As in one good example of this, what we're doing exactly right now. Streaming. Hey, that would be cool. That's fun. Let's try this. And yet, has it helped my work or got in the way of the work? I don't know. So this single-minded thing, I don't know. It's true and it's not true. It's squirrel. It's the bane of my life, squirrels. It's not as bad as it was, when I was younger. Oh my God, squirrels just killed me. I was going to play flute and then squirrel, I made some guitars and then I'm getting really good at that. And then squirrel, I got a saxophone and I sort of got good at that, got a good job at that. And then squirrel, it went on and on and on all through my younger years. Your eyes and your mouth are too big. What's the expression? Your eyes are bigger than your mouth or something. Your mother probably used to say this, There's food on the table and your eyes are big. You pick up too much food and you can't actually eat it, And that was me for the first how many decades of my life, Squirrels. Everything was a squirrel. And the compulsions, that impulse is still here. But what changed was, part of it was general maturity, growing up, getting slower, less excited about the new shiny stuff. And part of it was, of course, I had kids, I had a family, a mortgage, all that stuff. So the squirrels were still there, but I still had to get going on the thing that was, bringing the paying rent, the printmaking. So yeah, single-mindedness. I don't know if I understand that word or not. I don't know. This is getting good. There's the text all done now. And these are the last few words. It says ko dako. Dako is taco, and ko is small. And whenever we elide words like this, the ta becomes da. So it's ko dako. It's literally small octopus, but we would take it to mean a child. Well, you guys are busy today. There'll be lots of stuff for me to read, Thank you. Yeah, you said Kodako means small octopus. It's not. If you were a scientist and you're looking at some octopuses octopi in a group or whatever and discussing them, you wouldn't say Kodako. You would say chisana tako or chisai tako or something. It's one that is physically small. By putting it in combination like this, Kodako, Kodako, the meaning is clear. It's a child octopus. It's not just simply small. If the language was just to simply describe the size, you wouldn't elide it and use the term ko. You would use the same kanji, but it will be pronounced chisai. What's going on outside? There's lots of voices, lots of people seem to be walking back and forth. What day is it today? Thursday. There's something going on. There must be an early morning event happening at the public hall down the street. Look at this. Look at the crowds going by. What is a flag? Troops, is it? I don't know. Picky wood, which way does it go? Rain is both ways difficult. Let's try this way. That's a bit better this way. We had a fun experience yesterday in the print party room. It was fun, funny, whatever. We get coming up. We finished the 10 o'clock party. We finished the 1 o'clock party, getting ready for the 2:30 party, and the door pops open, and in drives one of the participants of the 2:30 print party. Drove into the shop here in a small vehicle. It's sort of like a wheelchair, but more than a wheelchair. It had a bunch of different wheels. It had a steering thing at the front. It had batteries. He literally drove it into the shop. People sort of get out of the way, and he drove through to the back room where the print party room is. And he said, "I'm here for the print party." He laughed at me. He said, "I'm here for the print party." And I looked at him, and I looked back at the tatami room, which is like this 2 steps up, and then there's a bench above that, and he's sitting in this little racing car. I said, "Okay, well, let's see if we can work this out." And it was good fun, actually. It was really good fun. It turned out he was sort of mobile. He could get out of his chair and do stuff. And it was good fun, actually. He was a really good sport about this. He just said, look, let's do whatever I can physically manage to do, you know. And we said, well, let's do whatever we can work out. And we got through it. And he actually made a not bad print. He made a nice print, same as everybody else's in the room. But at the beginning, there was a bit of a challenge. You know. We didn't take his car into the party room. It turned out he was sort of mobile with braces once he was out of his car. Real nice guy. We had real good fun. But it's a question for us. You know, we get this now and then. We get requests from travel agents and stuff like this. Or now and then somebody will write, how accessible is our setup here for doing print parties? We're in a very, very old building here. So the building itself, there's no elevator in the building. We can't possibly get wheelchairs upstairs and stuff like that. But our entrance is flat, so wheelchairs can get into the shop itself. But then once you're in the shop, the prints are, of course, if you're in a wheelchair, they're up high. You know. And any modern building in Tokyo absolutely is built to a code that must have full access. Of course, the doors must be wide enough for wheelchairs, got to be a ramp out front, got to be elevators and all that stuff. A modern building. Ours was built just about the time I was born, so it doesn't have those things. And it's physically impossible to retrofit the building for that kind of a structure. So. And then we ourselves, when we built the print party room at the back, we thought about this, you know, what shall we do here? It's going to be a step. What do we need to do? What can we do? How much of a responsibility to society do we have? And how much can we afford and everything else? But this young man yesterday, he was really eager to do this. And it got, I was going to use the word, it got worse. That's not true. It got actually more fun. He was able to get out of his chair and able to get into the back room, and then we get to the point where we're sort of starting to explain how to hold the paper, and it became clear he actually only has one arm. So we're, you know, he looked at each other again, and let's get through this. So whatever, the girls, Shiba-san, stood beside him and held the paper. It's like one of those old jokes when, you know, somebody plays a violin with one hand and the other person plays with the other hand. And we had great fun and got through it. We've also had an experience, this goes back quite a number of years here, not in this Asakusa shop, but at my older exhibitions I had in Takano Gallery. There was a regular attendee to the exhibitions I did. And the first year he came, I wasn't able to help him, but I was ready for him the next year he came. It was a man with, you know, he was completely and totally blind. Came with his partner, his white cane, and he came to an exhibition of workbook prints. Okay, you know, when he came in the door, I said, there really wasn't much I could do for him the first year. We had prints on the walls and stuff like this. But I guess what I did have was I had my little demonstration corner at the back, because in those days I used to do a demonstration with each exhibition. There was I kept a block there, and whenever it got crowded, I would sit there and do a little bit of printing. So I had the block. So of course, one by one, get the guy down, sit him down, put the wood in his lap, and let him feel and see what's going on. And then trying to, you know, there's the print. And I was ready for him, year after year after year. When he came back from then, I had prepared a block and a print that had lots of embossing on it, so that this gentleman could sit there and feel what we were trying to do. I'm missing a bunch of this here. What's going on? You're talking about Halloween in Japan. Halloween in Japan is a bit of a chaotic thing at the moment, because it was nothing here forever and ever and ever. And then over the past couple of decades, it has gradually been sort of trying to get off the ground, and it's gone a bit of a funny way, and now there's trouble on trying to think about what it is and how to control it and what's going on. You know. it's a very confused holiday at the moment. It's not a holiday, it's a very confused event at the moment. It started here, whatever, a couple of decades ago with some Westerners, you know, drinking and dressing up and being a bit rowdy. And some younger Japanese people saw this and got the idea that, okay, that's what it is. And they started drinking and dressing up and being rowdy. But rowdy in a quite of a non-social way, you know. And it's become, what's this, delivery? Domo! Excuse me a second. No.はい。じゃあ小払いはつけておきますね。いいですか。3本。そうか。Good。早いですね。早いですね。そう、いつも。ごめんね。はい。帰るとき頭気をつけてください。はい。先日指矢さんがぶつかったんですから。気をつけてください。はい。ありがとうございました。ありがとうございます。All right. It's early. I've never seen him that early.
Me either.
I believe that's for you.
This is Nippan Group, so it's our
Jushiban.
Yeah.
I thought it was your diary. What's I didn't see. Okay, so Suritaro.
Yes.
Good. And what are these from? What's it?
This one. Yamamoto-san with bucks. Feels like bucks.
It's so small. What did I give to him? What job did I give to him? What's the other one? Yamamoto-san?
The other one is also Yamamoto.
That's Mario. That's the rickshaw car. But what's the small one? What did I give to him?
He did owls recently. Did he?
They're gone. That's the...
Right, the prince, but did he not send the box until later or something?
I don't remember. Maybe that's it. Okay, maybe. All right, well, look later. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Interesting.
Good. John, I've got to get his paper ready for the next group. Oh, my God. What am I going to do, Cameron?
Get the paper ready.
Give me more time.
Morning, everyone. Should I fix the camera?
Sure, whatever. Yeah.
Looking into my ear.
Pardon me? Yeah. Conversation's been all over the map today, all over the place. So. I didn't move this, right?
That's okay. Is that one?
That's okay. Thanks. There's lots of conversation I missed.
Okay.
There's been stuff. It's been a long wall of text. I think at the moment they were chatting about Halloween.
Okay. Oh, happy Halloween! I forgot it was today.
I'm not sure what's going to happen tonight. I think they've got it pretty much shut down. I don't know.
Yeah, they're saying Halloween had turned into a huge drinking party at Shibuya Crossing, and now they've banned sale of alcohol there.
The thing is, though, Japanese society is struggling to find out what this event really means for them, you know.
Yeah.
And to me, it got off on the wrong foot over the past couple of decades. You know?
Flipped over trucks last year, if I remember right.
Yeah,
it was just madness.
But were they mostly foreign kids, or were they?
I think it was a mix.
Yeah. So it's an event that is in the process of being defined. You know, and it's sort of started to go the wrong way. So.
Yeah. So the police are saying, well, that's enough of that.
Yeah, that's enough of that. Let's get this back to normal. Yeah. But there's nothing like the trick-or-treating or visiting houses. That sort of thing would not be possible here in Japan.
Yeah.
Absolutely not possible. So it's not ever
Nobody's home in time.
I mean, it just isn't possible. So it's never going to be a children's
holiday
dress up like it was for us when we were 6, 7, 8 years old and stuff like that.
16, 17, 18 years old.
But the modern cosplay thing, of course, has Halloween has morphed into a cosplay event.
Yeah.
So.
For the days you don't have an auction to display for show and tell, how about showing us something from your personal collection?
Yeah, could do if
that
I
takes
had,
some
forethought.
Yeah,
there's lots of stuff upstairs. We do. What would we do, Cameron? We could show that thing we got yesterday, the one that I thought was a woodblock print.
Oh, yeah, that was interesting.
We can show that.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. There was something else I was supposed to, when Cameron gets here, ask me about it, but I've already forgotten what it was. Somebody asked me a question at the beginning of the stream. I tried to explain. Oh, I know what it was. I know what it was. Maybe they've already reminded you. They were asking about how to display the small prints. I couldn't reach the one on the stand.
Okay.
So it was when we do the show and tell. So just if if you remind me about that.
We do have things. Taco Bell just needs to make itself the official food of Japanese Halloween, the way KFC did with Christmas.
Well, actually, you laugh, but maybe such companies are actually trying to do that. You know, how would you know? Yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, absolutely. Or should we step into the breach?
Yes.
No, thank you.
Oh, today I should post about a Shiba-san print. Since it's Halloween and she has spooky enough images. I don't know if we have any in stock,
don't
though.
have any, whatever.
But I think Halloween Day is when we announce the spider one. Yeah.
Yeah, remind her to put that on her own Instagram.
Yeah, she's here today, right?
Yeah.
Remind her.
I'm not interested in doing that. If we'd been publishing it, yeah.
Right. Is there Taco Bell in Japan? Indeed. I think 1 or 2 shops somewhere in Tokyo. Not many.
I don't really know what that is. I've heard the name, but I don't know. It's a chain of whatever.
Mexican-inspired American food. Yes, would be one way to describe it. Couldn't be called Taco Bell, though. Everyone would think they're getting octopus. No, I think it is still called Taco Bell here.
Soka. Yeah, a little bit of a name brand confusion. This name. So, Soka.
And tacos are almost always, I've seen on menus, there are a few Mexican restaurants here, and they always call them tacos to differentiate them from octopus. So it's like always in the plural, even if you're only buying one.
Tapas.
Yeah.
Tacos. Yeah. But actually, that's funny because last night when I went to the Wired Cafe, I had taco rice.
Oh yeah,
tacos rice.
That's
and
true.
Nothing to do with octopus. So
right. So taco rice is the popular thing.
I think that's from Hawaii, though, right?
I think perhaps Hawaii, but Okinawa for sure because of the base being there, and then it's just traveled all over the place.
Yeah, not Hawaiian at all. American base-inspired stuff.
Right.
And that could be taco rice or tacos rice.
Yeah. I've had it once or twice from restaurants here in Japan, but I feel like the taco seasoning is more ketchup based than
it's just red meat sauce stuff.
Yeah. So we make it at home sometimes with a big container of taco seasoning we brought from America. Tastes much better. And then it's basically taco salad on top of rice. It's good.
If you don't need to go, you can get it from FBC. Sure,
that's true.
Where I stuff. Mm-hmm. If I just got a box of granola last week, next time you're ordering, you can.
Yeah. We buy granola from. We have a grocery store near us that has really good granola.
Well, remember, the same company, they will have things like your seasoning.
Ooh.
Or in, what's it called? Seijuishi in Ueno. They have lots of it.
Oh, yeah. But prices at import shops are not always the lowest.
No, the FBC is fine, because they're just importing it on demand.
Yeah. John Becker asked, did you hear Shurijo in Okinawa burned down last night? I've not heard anything about that.
The entire castle, you mean? The whole thing? I thought it was concrete.
I thought it was a concrete one too, but concrete instead. I'm curious. Let's see what I can find out. Japanese news. That looks bad. It does have wooden buildings. And it doesn't anymore. Wow. Yeah.
How old is that? It's post-war, isn't it? I mean, so it
The
must have all
castle
been-
built 500 years ago by the Ryukyu dynasty was designated Japan's national treasure in 1933. It burnt to the ground during World War II,
Yeah.
and then the main hall was restored in 1992. So it's
But in wood,
not even 30
concrete.
years.
Like Sensoji's concrete.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, so we're not talking about an antique from the dynasty back then.
Right.
This is a post-war reconstruction. So.
Yeah. It says there are some remnants of the original castle. But,
This is not like Notre Dame going down or whatever. Something like
right. Yeah. It's 1992 building, but it was all wood.
1992.
Yeah, that's what it says.
That's not post-war. That's
Well, it's very post-war.
1992. Is it? So it's a tourist attraction.
Yeah,
Nothing.
the main hall was restored in 1992, yeah.
Oh.
Huh. That's post-Showa. That's Heisei era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this an arsonist, Korean arsonist or something?
The cause of the fire has not been determined yet, but a security alarm went off at around 2:30 in the morning, and then at 2:40 the fire department was contacted. So 10 minutes later, someone saw that there was a fire. 10 minutes before, the security alarm went off. So sounds like perhaps vandalism of some kind. I don't know. This computer's working hard. Hear those fans.
Well, you sent me an email last night just after you left about the anomaly in the software, the tracking thing.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I was here last night at about 8 o'clock. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
I went up for dinner and I came back and... Okay, software problem. Let's see about that.
That's okay.
So point being, I haven't done anything about it. So if you've
No
got
problem.
a bunch of those today...
Yeah, don't automatically run it.
Let me have a look at it before you do it.
Okay. Is it plugged in? Yes, it's plugged in. Why asking? The frame rate is good. People are saying. I don't know. Okay. That's okay. It was kind of a funny thing, though. So I immediately contacted the person. Said, "Wrong tracking number. Here's the right one." How much time do you want for the show and tell? Really close
not much.
to 9.
10 minutes
Okay.
will do it, whatever.
Okay.
It's kind of interesting, but it's nothing to do with woodblock printmaking. as you
Right.
saw.
Yeah.
We sometimes stuff comes up on auctions that is not well described, and the person won't mention woodblock print, and sometimes they are wonderful woodblock prints. So we can never take the person's description at face value because a lot of people don't know what they've got.
Yeah.
And this time there was a thing that wasn't described as a woodblock print, but I was thinking that really looks like it's kind of a woodblock print, and turns out he was right, or not that he was right, but he didn't describe it incorrectly. So
Yeah.
it wasn't a woodblock print, but it's interesting nonetheless.
Yeah.
Let's have a peek at it in a few minutes. It's another tough day in the shop today, Ken. It's just me and Shiba-san again, and again we have 4.
Oh, wow. Another 4 parties.
Yeah, the thing is, an email came in last night just before I went to sleep, about 10 o'clock, or no, not even 9:30 or something. And they said, "Oh my God, we're in town. We've been waiting for years to meet you and do a print party, and now we realize the schedule's full. But it says on your website you sometimes do it at 4 o'clock when all the rest of the spaces are full. Can we do one tomorrow? It's our last chance. We're flying out in the evening." And I'm like, lady, I am now tired. Tomorrow I'm going to be even more tired. But, whatever, what are we going to do? So I said, sure, let's do it. So
All right.
she was saying it's not going to
I
be
think
so
I'll
happy. So I
spend
don't
some time down here in the shop. help out with
I
the
think like
register at
yesterday,
least. Yeah.
The thing is, like yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? We got totally jammed. I said to the kid, quick, yell for help to Cameron's side.
Yeah.
And you're here 2 minutes later, but by then it's empty.
Yeah.
Because it was like, at the moment we yelled for help, there's like 20 people here. You know?
I did come down and I saw it was packed, and they all cleared out once I got behind the register.
Here, so,
Like,
so
I scared everyone off. That's the problem.
But we have to yell for help, but we don't know what's going on, you know.
Yeah. Let me find it.
We need a better communication system where they can just, you know, hit a button or something, and or you can see a video feed of down here and whatever, you know.
Cameron needs a Batman pole or a fireman pole.
Yeah, fire pole. Yeah, it's right there. So he would come down if he right beside it. He would come down in the middle of the print party.
Yeah.
The bat pole. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, they call it the Batman pole. Vivid KP. I think that's the link to her Instagram page, but she's only posted like 4 times in the last year and a half, so she's not very active on it.
You're talking about Shiba-san, you're talking about?
Yeah. Are the streams still being archived? Someone says yes.
I don't know, but is that actually still happening?
I don't know. I haven't heard about it in a long time.
I don't follow that at all, so I'm sorry. It may have been let go. I don't know. Somebody may have just given up. It was, I forget the young lady's name. I don't know. It was one of the fans, a young lady.
Yeah. And a few people, I think, were working together on it for a while.
At some point she got behind and asked for help, and whether or not other people jumped in or not, I don't know. I really sort of, keep my hands off that. So.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Actually. Yeah. Her footsteps upstairs. Susan, slide in.
Must be. There's a non-partner affiliate Twitch saves. Yeah, the previous 2 weeks of streams, 14 days. But
yeah, we ourselves archive them actually, so I've got them all stored, except the ones that I don't. I've got them all stored here on hard drive.
Right.
In fact, probably I haven't done it for a couple of weeks, so I've probably lost it. They fall off at the end of the word.
Yeah.
Just you gotta pull it up. Plug it in. Kick up. Yeah. Teiko-san's off today, so yeah. And Marcellus is booked, but
We'll see.
yes. And lots of people out there this morning.
Yeah.
I think there might be something going on. Hokkaido.
Lots of kids.
School groups. What's the word? Business.
Good. Wild Omelette says, thank you. It looks like I'm already subscribed to the YouTube channel with the archived videos, but I didn't realize I was. Hit the little bell and then you'll see notifications whenever new ones are uploaded there, right? Sometimes. Being subscribed apparently means very little unless you also explicitly ask it to notify you for any new uploads. I think Kira's planning to come in today too, so she'll be helping out with the register as well. Elrod-san. Let me check. Someone said he's waiting for an invoice, but I don't remember this, so I'm going to check.
subscription stuff, right?
No, for some Shinhanga prints. Huh, Kagurosaka. Sorry. I didn't realize that he for sure wasn't. Okay. Do we still have a Koitsu Kagurasaka print?
Yep.
Okay.
I just did a stock check on that yesterday.
Oh, that's
2 days
right.
ago.
Yeah.
We have a Noet version and a Koitsu version. So
Yeah.
careful which one. The one in the catalog that's called Kagurasaka is a Noet, but the more popular one is the Koitsu one called Ushigomi Kagurasaka.
Yeah.
They're both in stock, right?
Perfect. Okay.
Is there a 1010 on here or not? No, it would be pronounced Dako de show Kodako, but I don't
Yeah.
see a 1010. It just got buried in our hair.
Yeah. And a long time ago, they didn't always put the 1010s on
in the
things.
name.
Although it looks like quite a few
There
are.
are around here, but that's it's become God. That's the start of a word. I think maybe they were in there, but the block from her hair covers it. So I should carve them anyway, I guess.
Yeah.
They're going to get covered up by her hair. Yeah. I think they probably were there. I can't really tell.
This is a momentous occasion, folks. I feel like it's 11:58 on New Year's Eve. Just a few more cuts.
Oh, so good. But,
John Becker's saying.
But actually, wait, before you do that, dude, we're not quite finished. I know. Just so you know here, one, we got to clear this stuff out, but also there are a couple of characters not yet carved.
Oh no.
I skipped them over because I couldn't read them. Oh no, here, there's one there.
Yeah.
There's one, I think there's 3 altogether, right?
Dave's just gonna drag it out looking for that 1010.
Well, there's that too, but also there are characters not done up here.
Yeah.
I have to get to my dictionary, figure out what they are. There's another one right there.
Yeah.
Here's the changeover from the fat carving to the thin carving. 2 different guys carved this block. There's one more there. I think there's 3 altogether, isn't there? So this is no celebrations, balloons, and I'll pop the cork on the champagne. Just let that ride, I know. There's a 3rd one somewhere. So yeah, John, please settle down. Don't sweat it. I can't find the 3rd one. Maybe it's only 2. I don't remember.
Sorry. Okay, champagne's back on ice.
Just hang on there, guy. It's okay. Thanks for the what's the word?
Enthusiasm.
That's all. Thanks for the enthusiasm. But.
Any news on the Gompi front? We're waiting. We've ordered some.
Some.
Yeah.
Quite a lot.
Yeah.
Which is maybe the problem. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe I'll give him another follow-up call. It's been a little while. Just like you said, though, how do we ask? For our planning purposes, we'd like to know when it's coming, not saying, without implying, where the heck is this thing? Send it.
Can't be done. They don't sweat it. We're the new kid on the block here. We can't push it. I'm just happy that we found the place that is making the stuff we would like to have.
Yeah.
We've established communication. There's an order in. They said they're going to send it.
Yep.
Just whatever. Like I said, it's all brand new. We can't push. We can't just.
Yeah.
The more we try and break the norms, the more they're going to just ignore us.
Yeah.
Don't sweat it.
Okay.
If it was something we desperately needed for our own work, we have a real problem. But we shouldn't have let ourselves get in that situation.
Yeah. Wow, haven't heard that in a little while.
No, I've been delinquent. I was supposed to do that yesterday again. Get back and get the cats updated and up and running. There's all kinds of people waiting for Dave, is my picture okay? Dave, what do I do next? Dave, what should I do now?
Yeah.
Dave, have I been accepted? Is my nickel hockey pending mailbox is just full. Yeah. I'm really, really, really delinquent. I'm sorry. It's all my fault, 100% my fault. Just I gotta get to it.
But unfortunately, you've also got to get to.
Yeah, whatever. That's no excuse.
Yeah.
I mean, we started that. We got to get pushed forward. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. No, we have done it. We've paid a bunch of people for the second one, and we're up and running. But it's now just sort of sitting there waiting for me to get the next
step.
Johnson soon, he's going to need blocks to carve, and he's going to be doing the second one. So I've got to make my decision on evening rain, on a night rain. Evening snow is decided. Right. It's the mountain cats.
Yeah.
But I have to find night rain, and there's 3 nice ones. There's 3 good ones in our stage 2 for night rain.
Right.
So I've got to tell one person you're through, and tell 2 people you're not through.
Yeah.
And get the thing ready for Johnson.
Oh, Godson says, are prints removed from their backing with just water? That seems dangerous. Depends on what pigments were used.
Yeah, sure, of course. There's no, absolutely. If you don't know what you're doing, do not try that. I know this. Only one thing to say, do not do this at home. Don't muck around with that. Yeah. You can easily destroy something that's useful and valuable.
Mm-hmm.
If you know what the glue was used, if you know what the backing was used, if you know how the prints were made, the kind of pigments, then it can be sometimes safe. Yeah. If you don't know what you're doing with any of those things, don't even think about it, of course. Common sense.
Or do you cut them off? That also can work, but also or do you cut them off the backing, and that can work, or that can be scary because you're putting a knife next to the prints.
Of course. There's nothing else really to say.
Yeah. Tom 1060 says about the Nekohake, the bonsai one and the street lamp ones. Those are really beautiful.
Yes,
for the night rain.
I can't have both of them, at least not the first time through. If we end up running around a second time, which is I'm not as long as good ideas are there, keep publishing them. Don't just stay with 8. But
16.
But for the first pass through, I have to choose 8 of them.
Yeah.
And actually, Jonathan Huff, the guy who's done the bonsai one, he's had a mail in my inbox now for over 3 weeks. He wants to get to the next step, and he's waiting for my advice on what to do.
Got it.
And the cat running in the rain, that's all sort of ready to go forward to the next step. So I procrastinated, I guess. I don't know. Okay, there we are. I know you are allowed, John and other people here, a sip of champagne, because there's the cutting on most of the calligraphy.
All right.
I can't see the stream here. Yeah. If I zoom out, you get something.
But now we see smooth black. There we go. Woohoo!
I can't see what this is here. Where are we here? So this is the beginning of the calligraphy. It moves along. As I said, there's a couple of points. I found them a few minutes ago. They're in here somewhere. There's one character there that I can't read. I'm going to have to find an old dictionary. And maybe Shiba-san can help me with this till I work that out. We'll look up an old dictionary. And another one there. And I thought there was a third one. I really thought there was a third one. I might have chopped it off or something. I don't remember what I did.
We just don't need this one. Click.
When those two characters are carved, which will take a few seconds once I know what they are, then it's chiseling around we go.
Right.
And that's the block set basically ready. As you know, we've had some test printing already. I have to be careful what I show on the screen. We've done some test printing on this. It has come out okay with one exception. As I told some people, the hair I carved perhaps too widely, and the overlaid hair I've cut too much, and it looks a bit strange. So I'm probably going to have to do the over hair block again, or as somebody suggested, put a new grey block underneath it. And that would fit that part, but it wouldn't fit this part. So I think I may just have to redo that one again. So we've come this far. We want to get a good print. We'll take the trouble to take it properly.
Do it.
And then when printing actually starts, there's the concept of, do we do it rough like we did with this sample print? Because the sample prints, I made a few of them, and the sample prints that were clean, like David likes printing cleanly, they just don't look right. They look like a photocopy or something. They're clean and clear and carved well, and everything's wonderful and smooth, but it doesn't have the guts, erotic feeling that the original beaten up copy does, So I don't know. We'll see. There's lots of decisions to make once we start printing. This is simply too clean and pretty. And when I printed it roughly on a piece of paper that was just thrown on the floor, it has much nicer look and feel and attraction.
Yeah.
So that decision is still to come as well.
Yeah.
What approach to take at printing time. But anyway, we're a lot closer than we were before.
Yeah. I think I've already picked out my first print or two. Someone said, when I get the funds to get a print, I think I've picked my first one.
Yeah. I see. Okay, should we show that? What time is it, Cameron? All right.
9:18.
Okay.
So about time.
Get that little show time. Can you grab me the 100 cup stand?
Yeah. Both styles here.
Okay, sure, whatever. Yeah. Somebody was asking earlier in the stream here. He may not be here. He may still be here. I don't know. Whatever. Someone was asking about displaying prints, and as I mumbled, for us, the small prints that we do, we want to keep them close at hand. Number one. 2, we want to have them under a nice light. 3, we don't want to have them there all the time because we want to rotate stuff. We never want to be looking at the same print all day, every day. So the what we call the Hunger Club prints in our catalog, and the gift print page are packed the same way. The prints always come mounted with photo corners on a stable, what supposedly is acid-free backboard with identification, and then if you've got a piece of wood with a slot in it, am I visible here?
Yeah.
Bingo. They go in the piece of wood with a slot, and you have something that can go on your desk. You don't have a flask like this. You've got a desk lamp or an overhead light, whatever, shining down on it, and there you are. And put it away again after a while. Leave it there for a while and put it away. Put it away. If you've just got one of them, whatever, there it is. For the longer term thing, this sounds like a sales talk, I'm sorry, whatever. This is how we do our subscription sets and also for our Hunger Club. The idea here, this now has an acrylic cover to protect from the dust, but it's the same concept. It's just sitting in an angled slot. And this one, the boxes, the concept you can get, obviously the prints go inside during the year, and you pick one out and display it, and you rotate, and all of our undercolor prints come with a little tiny explanation story about what the thing is about. We don't do that with recent subscription prints. And they go in the box. So that's the belated answer to the person who asked me over an hour ago, how would I display our small prints? Mm-hmm. And again, the key points, it's not always in front of your face. 2, you can adjust it so that there's a nice light on it. And 3, you don't stick it on the wall and let it become just wallpaper forever and ever and ever. Yeah. That is our story, and I'm sticking to it. So, and it's worked well for us. It's worked well. So. Anyway, the small show and tell map. I don't know, as I said, this. I've already given it away. This turns out not to be a woodblock print. But there was an item put on, this was on a Yahoo auction a while ago. Yeah. And since we've got this, Cameron did a bunch of research for me, we found this is a very common item out there. It's a certain publishing company who's been publishing a calendar in this format for since the year dot. Yeah, since the year dot. The guy, I guess, is quite famous, actually. It turns out he's a living national treasure. Or was, if he's still alive. And it's a designer, and well, let me just grab the stuff. Because I hadn't seen them before, I wasn't familiar, and the person didn't describe them as woodblock prints, and they are not woodblock prints. But when I saw the images on the auction site, it looked like they were carved. It looked like there was bokashi here. It looked like they could have been woodblock prints. Once we got them in hand, Cameron and I looked at them the other day. We look at the back, and we can see there's no rubbing on the back. It seems there's no barren marks. What it seems is this is done with a couple of stencils. A piece of paper is put on the table. A stencil that has been cut with the appropriate pattern is somehow registered on top. And then through the back of the stencil, somebody either paints or rubs or dabs pigment. And there are places like this where you can see
zoom in on that.
This, it's up to you then, where this purple area and this orange area share the same stencil. And it seems to have been done perhaps twice. At one point they did the orange and came up that far. Then later they did the brown and came that far. And they've actually been overlapping. And there is a kind of woodblock printmaking like this. That young man yesterday from Turkey who was here showed us his prints. He carves one block and then paints part of it brown, paints part of it green, paints part of it yellow, all with oil-based ink so it doesn't dry quickly. And after he's painted his block or rolled on ink with all these different colors, he then puts the paper down, rubs it from the back, and he has a multicolored woodblock print done in one pass from one block. But you can only do that with oil-based inks, which don't dry quickly. For us in the water-based system, it's very difficult to do that. There's what they call white line prints, which is a sort of a variation of that kind of system. But this one, I really don't know. We were looking at it again with the camera. Part of it, this orange overlaps that blue. So this seems to be two stencils. Yeah. Part of it, this one here, is on the same stencil, where the two colors, the blue and the black, share the same shape. So I myself do not know how these were made.
I don't know how they got the white numbers in the middle of all those circles.
You get a stencil without the piece in the middle falling out. Well, the way they used to do that in the kimono days was the katazome system. The stencil was cut and in two pieces, and there was a very fine screen lying in between them. So the stencil was on the screen is the threads were what held it together. So on a thing like this, there actually would be threads running between the pieces, but you couldn't see them because the pigment just ran around the threads because they were so fine. Yeah. So I really don't know how this was done. But overall, the design ethic, it's really something kind of cool here, you know. Can you zoom out so you see the whole thing? This is this guy's style, and as I said, when we saw this on the web, there's 50 years of this, all in the same kind of style, using sort of folklore imagery with a kind of sometimes an Art Deco feel on the lettering and numbering. Yeah. A real blend mix of things. I'm not all that much in love with it myself, but there it is. The set we got had January from 2011. The next sheet is January from 2010. Somebody has mixed these up, Time Traveler. And then it goes on from there through the year, March 2011. I said Art Deco. It's not Art Deco. It's sort of what is it? It's sort of What's the style? I'm grasping for the word here. I can't. When we see pictures of knights in armor and stuff with a letter,
Yeah.
it's a medieval English kind of lettering thing that seems to come up with these numbers and stuff. I don't know the
Stamping. Greetings from Norway. Nobody's guessing. No. Welcome from Japan.
when it goes on page by page by page, and to me, I don't think this is very useful as a calendar because oh my god, you can't find anything. The page is so full of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Everyone has the same thing. It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. There's the month in Japanese, Shigatsu, and there's the month
very stylized
April, April. So everyone has all the information you need, but oh my god, what a visual! Whatever, it's fun. I feel like it's fun. Here's the same thing we're talking about. The same stencil has been used, right? Look at this.
Yeah.
So they must have got a stencil. They must have masked out. You put a mask there in some place, paint your brown over it, and then print it, and then mask out a different area and rub your brown, a different kind of brown. I don't know how it was done. No.
It's interesting. Looks like it belongs on the cover of a Lord of the Rings book.
That's something I was grasping towards. That, yeah, the medieval Old English
Art
kind
Nouveau.
of thing, yes.
Is that?
But again, I don't know. They're mixed together.
Art Nouveau, New Gothic style, I'm guessing.
I don't know. Look at this. If you looked at the back, it would look like it was pressed down onto a wood block. There's no burn marks, but it looks like it's been pressed onto wood. In the front, it looks like it's been done with a stencil.
It's magic.
Just imagine if it was a single wood block. Just think for it. Suppose that everything you see as a pattern was one wood block. Okay, there you go. You've got your wood block. You mask off some area and roller paint on the blue ink in those areas. Put your paper down on top of it and somehow rubber press from the back, but in a way that is not done with a barrel. Also, this is an unsized washi paper and there's no registration box.
Right.
It overlaps, Nick. The grey and the brown overlap. These were not done at the same time, but they're done on the same matrix, whether it's a stencil or a piece of wood.
Do you remember this guy's name? I do not. Someone just asked.
You're asking the wrong guy.
I remember it's not easy kanji.
So it's not.
It wasn't Tanaka-san.
No. Here's the information sheet. I can't read his name. Something Sawa.
Oh.
He became a living national treasure in Showa 31. He was born in Taisho 5, died in the Showa 59. So we're talking. But you said they're still publishing it.
They are. Maybe they're just reusing designs and only changing the years. Because they had a new one today for Ichiman
His
Yonsen for
workshop
2020.
His workshop keeps publishing them in his style.
I guess so.
Sorry about the lack of knowledge here, guys. Sorry. It's neither Cameron or I can read. Oh, okay, now look.
Yeah, the days move, but they repeat. If you look back 7 years or 8 years, you end up with
maybe they're publishing calendars that have the same date layout from different years.
And then only changing the year on January.
Yeah,
I think January is the only time the year is mentioned.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Anyway, there it is. It's a curiosity, as I said. We bought it thinking that it looked like it might be a woodblock print. I'm still not 100% convinced it's not. It could be carved on wood, I think. But I don't know. On their website, was there any information about how it was made, like process photos or something, or not? Or are they just... Anyway, Cameron, I've got to take those hands off. It's party. I've got to do the first party. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that this is not a wonderful, glorious show and tell that leaves everybody in stunned amazement with the wonderful print that David scored for next to nothing. This is not one of those. Those don't happen all that often.
Serizawa Keisuke.
Keisuke.
Yeah, Serizawa Keisuke.
So is there an English info? How did you?
I knew the Sawa because it's the Yuzawa. Serizawa
Can you pop that into
Keisuke.
the chat so people can start looking?
Yeah.
If they've been publishing for that long, if it's a living national treasure, there must be information in English somewhere.
Yeah, I found it through the first Japanese Wikipedia, but they may have an English language link. So.
Okay.
you imagine a Mokuhankan advent
Yeah, I mean,
calendar?
this idea does come up, that we could do a yearly calendar or something.
Yeah.
And there is an idea still in play, not for this next year, but still in play, that as part of our subscription series, we could somehow roll in the idea that there was some kind of calendar information built into it, Because for me, when I did my Surimono albums, they were seasonal. They started in winter, moved into spring, through summer, and seasonal. So we're not totally oblivious to this kind of idea. We don't want to start publishing cheap stuff like let's do fans for the summer season and sell 100 yen items and stuff like that.
Right.
So I don't really want to do just a simple calendar, but yeah, the idea that we roll this into our work. The thing about subscriptions, we keep selling them year after year after year, not just the year they were made. So
And you can start any month, not just
exactly,
January.
exactly.
So it makes sense first time around, but
Yeah. Okay, guys. Anyway, there we have it. Thanks very much for watching. I got my calligraphy done. Yeah. So that means what will I be doing in the next stream? It means I really, really now have to get busy on that hanshida for the sleeping cats.
Yeah,
That's my next starting job. And or the New Year card design.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to my bench, I think. So, well, where are we now? Thursday. No, what day is it?
Yeah, Thursday, October 30th.
So sometime before Saturday, I have to figure that out and get that organized and onto this bench. Yes. Can I do it? Will he make it?
Is this one you're going to do all in one go? A New Year's card?
Oh, you mean on like a...
Yeah, it's true.
Should we try that again?
I don't know.
I don't have a design. Just
okay.
I don't know. I don't know. Don't
we'll get out of here.
Don't promise anything that I can't even remotely deliver.
Okay, we will see you.
Thanks, guys. I'll be back again in a couple of days. Yes, thanks for a bit of a wibbly wobbly stream here today, but that's what it is.